The reasons for a progressive VP. A hopefully rare political piece for this channel.
I am fairly shocked, somehow, to hear the pundits speaking on the case of who ought be VP beneath Harris. Regardless of if they are lefties, centrists, neoliberals, or rock-commie bastards, they all seem to be towing a line that was proven silly to tow back in 2016, 2018, 2020, and 2022. Namely, the notion that to appeal to the medium voter, or the independents, or the right-wingers who are dissatisfied with the Republican Party, you have to moderate your position, or at least have a moderate candidate. Worse still, the belief that you can definitely count on the leftists out there to vote blue because they are supposedly the more hardcore Dems. None of these notions are true. The lefties defected en masse in 2016, and it cost the Dems the election. It was only by getting them on board in 2018, 2020, and 2022 that the Dems managed to win. But once again in 2024, we have a substantial number of lefties that are willing to sit it out over, in particular, the situation in Gaza and Israel. Those are one block of voters that ought to have an appeal being made to them. The moderate Dem voter will literally vote for ranch dressing on pizza over Trump. And ranch dressing on pizza is an actual abomination to humankind. There is basically nothing you can do to get them to defect at this point, and there is no reason whatsoever to try to appeal to them. They are the hardcore Dem voters, not the far left. The other group of voters that are being targeted by the Dems are the independents and the Republican voters who are not keen on Trump. Neither of these groups actually like the Dems as they are, and they are a centrist liberal party that has tended to favor capitalists and the richies. While I think Biden has actually moved the party towards a more progressive position, the optics of the Democratic Party is still that of a neoliberal party that favors the richies. Harris, for all the other fine qualities she has about her, comes across as exactly a neoliberal who is basically in this for her rich friends. She'll benefit from Biden's legacy on policies. She has, in other words, a real platform of policies to run on that can appeal to the relevant voters, and just on blunt optics of identity, she has some good traits going for her. And maybe that would all be enough, who knows, to win a tight-ass race. But not any of those fine qualities are appealing to the voting blocks we are supposed to be targeting. What does appeal to those voters is a real sense of change and hope, to borrow a phrase that the Democratic Party might actually start listening to them and their concerns. Again, these voters generally despise the Democratic and Republican parties as they either are or have been for a long while now. Doubling down on the positions they expressly hate by picking a centrist isn't going to help. Your average white worker is down for some hot-ass union action from a pasty white dude with some populist chops. And more than just the white worker, there are whole groupings of blue-collar voters, male, female, and queer of all colors that just give no shits whatsoever about neoliberalism, and are populist in their basic tenets at this point. Those folks are independents. They are the folks that voted Obama and then voted Trump. They are the people who voted Sanders but fled Clinton only to then suck it up and vote for Biden. Most of whom have also remained loyal to Biden/Harris for what it's worth, because they aren't foolish. They are the voters in the swing states, because they are the reasons those states are swing states. You cannot possibly think you would appeal to those people by picking someone as VP who is exactly the kind of person they fucking despise. They are not moderates. Those people will tend to vote blue no matter who, or maybe sigh and vote red because fuck it, why not? They are people that do not play well within the current political paradigms. There are plenty of Republican voters who are blue-collar and want to get behind candidates that are pro-union, pro-worker, who aren't particularly enamored with Trump but do appreciate that populist rhetoric insofar as such can meaningfully apply to them. I don't want to make this long, something short and to the point. The thing to do is find a male, probably a white dude but maybe doesn't have to be, who is strong on unions, labor, working class, etc. Someone who better embodies the optics of what Biden did actually manage to accomplish. Someone whose appeal to the voters we are supposed to be trying to appeal to comes in no small part from being understood as vocally not within the neoliberal bloc of the Dem Party. That person ought run for the nomination, as that gets their name out there better, provides an opportunity for there to be a real race. Though I gotta say I assume that Harris would win, but regardless, whoever wins is top ticket and whoever loses is bottom ticket. That unifies the party, gets the message out there to all those low-info voters and all the various voting blocks that we are supposed to be targeting, that the Dems got them either top or bottom of the ticket. Big show of unity at the convention as they leave, regardless of how hard-fought the process is within it. What could be more unifying than a ticket that unifies the factions within the party? But more importantly, such as a setup for a landslide victory, rather than another squeaker that really may be a toss-up. The landslide comes from an appeal to the voters we are supposed to be appealing to, those who may jump ship in either direction, coupled with a strong show of unity at the convention. The squeaker toss-up comes by doubling down on failure and deliberately picking a centrist or moderate whom the target voters actively despise. But hey, choice is y'all's.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't stop now, don't try to hide it how you wanna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, float along and listen to the song. This is kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, the music play, do what the music say. You gotta kiss the girl. Kiss the girl.